looking at chat. You guys can call me a lib or a soy boy for this, but I think that like we're supposed to be socialist. We're supposed to uphold all members of the working class, including like black people, trans people, blah blah blah
Right.
blah blah, all those people. And so it doesn't
Yeah.
look good when there's a level of reactionism present in Marxist-Leninist
Okay. You
movements.
want to know what I think?
Yeah, go on.
Um, I think I have a problem with rainbow intersectionality, not LGBT phobic sense,
Hmm.
but this idea that black and trans and they're all fundamentally different types of marginal struggles, but ultimately like interchangeable, right? I
Yeah.
have a problem with that because there are some things about these struggles more fundamental than the others. So I like to think in Maoist terms, maybe primary and secondary contradiction. I like to think in terms of materialistic terms. Primary contradiction is the class struggle. Secondary contradiction, well, the national element is what makes it more difficult. Black to me
Yeah.
is not just about identity. From my experience and interaction with black people,
Wait, what else? What else is it?
it is Stalin recognized the people, black peoples in the United States, to constitute separate nation.
No, no. Why? Why would you want that?
Because black people in America have a qualitatively different history, different culture, and different traditions than white America.
And but there's different
They're not
cultures.
simply
Like
we're not simply all Cartesian liberal subjects and some have black skin, some have white skin. Black people in America have their own tradition, their own substance,
yeah,
their
they have
own
their own history, their own culture and
yeah, and
stuff.
they are a
Like
people. They are a people. It's not simply individuals who have different identity. They are their own separate people.
and so you don't think they could coexist? You think
No, they
like
can, they can. But my view is that, for example, Jimmy Dore, more progressives, who are not all white, they're not all white, but they are coming from mainstream American polity, must ally themselves with anti-establishment forces from the black community. And they do exist, who independently represent their own black community, and you create a concrete alliance. Concrete alliance based on mutual dialogue, mutual respect, mutual building. This is the issue with Bernie's movement. Lots of people will disagree with me about this. It's okay. We can disagree about it. Bernie people simply wanted to capture the whole of black America. But they didn't understand that the Democratic Party got so many black voters because it's a matter of survival for black America. They're the only people they can minimally maybe trust. And most probably don't even trust the Democrats. But the Democrats have established a long dialectic with black American community. Of course, they're manipulating them and all that kind of stuff. But it's a tit for tat. It's not just the white Democrats controlling it all. There is a black community representatives who are allied with the Democrats. So progressive Americans, for Jimmy Dore type people, they must establish an alliance with anti-establishment forces within the black community who still represent the independence of this community. No
what
less
about if
independence of this
those
community.
what about if those quote unquote anti-establishment like movements have certain views that we might not like?
They
Like
will. They will. They will.
okay.
There will be all sorts of reactionary views among vague
And we
anti-establishment
risk
forces.
and we risk empowering those
No,
movements,
no,
do we
no.
not?
You have to have faith and you have to risk it. You have to risk it because if you don't have independent faith in your ability to reproduce the progressive position, for example, on LGBT and all that kind of stuff, outside of the establishment, you don't really believe in those things. If the only source of if the only way you're identifying with supporting LGBT peoples is through the prevailing establishment, you don't really independently support them. Because if you independently support them within this vague anti-establishment movement, which there will be many reactionary elements, you must seize hegemony and win the people through giving popular expression to progressive cultural issues, such as the women's issue, such as the LGBT issue.